Whew. Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here, lovely Disney World, staying at Wilderness Lodge this week. Which means we've done some shopping, some collecting, saw some cool things. Kind of want to do a quick video, talk about it. Also really wanted to talk about a tip, trick you may have heard of, may have not heard of, the success of it. It's kind of up and down on how to save a little money when buying Lego. So we're gonna try that. So we're gonna get into this and talk about some cool stuff. All right, so I have this giant Lego bag, which means there's probably something big from Lego in there, but also has everything else that we've gotten on our trip that my wife and I kind of got, whatever. A little bit of Marvel, Disney, so obviously Star Wars and Lego in here. So we're gonna start, we'll hit the Lego last, talk about that last. We're gonna go on a couple knickknacks, cool things first. So the first bag, one of the big reasons why we're at Disney this year, it is the 50th anniversary. Well, last year was the 50th anniversary, which they didn't start until end of summer, fall last year, but because of the pandemic, they kind of did like a 1.5-year celebration. So we did get some 50th anniversary merch. Not a ton of small stuff, just a couple small things. First, we got this like magnet little clip here to go on our fridge. You can see the 50th anniversary logo on it and packaging. We also have a little snow globe, 50th anniversary with Cinderella's castle there as well. Very cool. Just a couple odds and ends there. We also collect pins. So we did get a handful of pins coming in. All right, so some of the cool ones that we got, we have All-Star Music. We kind of stayed there. We stayed there for 10 hours. We flew Spirit Airlines. Spirit is kind of a mess, so our flight got pushed up a day late in the evening. So we had to hurry up and book a hotel. Found the cheapest one on Disney property, which was All-Star Music. Our flight was delayed 1.5 hours, so we didn't even get to our hotel room till about 12:30 in the morning. And we were out of there by 10 the next day. So had to get one because technically we did stay there. We got a 50th anniversary pin with Mickey and Minnie with the very nice Disney castle. Followed up with a pretty cool one, a Star Wars May the 4th. So this was a special release for May the 4th. They still had some in, which was pretty cool. So able to pick one of those up. We got a husband and wife, kind of bride and groom, because last we were here, it was on our honeymoon. So that was cool there. And then a couple Marvel pins. One was Captain America and the other one being Hawkeye. Hawkeye one was an exclusive limited edition one, so a little bit more, but one of my favorite characters in the MCU. Really love the TV show, so happy to have that. On that Marvel talk, I don't really collect these that much. I only have one other one, but now this is my second one. It is the Funko Pop, again, of Hawkeye. Really cool looking. Found that at the Marvel store in Disney Springs. This is based off of the TV show. You can see you can get all the other characters if you so wish, but happy to at least have that one. Not something I'm really gonna get into as Funko Pops, but just wanted to have a couple of my favorite iconic characters. Now into some Star Wars merch. So last time I was here, was able to find some pretty cool Star Wars collectibles. This time around, because of the crowds, because we wanted to relax more on this trip, we chose not to go to Hollywood Studios, where Star Wars kind of land is, where they have Galaxy's Edge. Because of the crowds, everything, we chose not to, so didn't get access to that merch. Went to some of the others. There's 2 Star Wars stores, Disney Springs. The stock there was very lackluster in terms of collectibles. They didn't have any sabers, hilts, anything like that. Black Series, not much. I've seen Lando, Asura Singh, Tech, and they have a couple Bo-Katan as well, but I have everything that I need from that, so don't know about that. Sure, it has to do with just getting things from overseas here. that's posed a lot of problems, but I still got a couple things, cool things. One thing I did not get last year that I wanted to get is the infamous Coca-Cola thermal detonator, which I haven't opened. Need to open and drink that before we travel with it, because I don't want to accidentally blow up and get pop everywhere. Fun fact about these, when these first debuted and were being brought back as souvenirs, Orlando TSA freaked out about these because people were trying to get these in carry-on, didn't realize they were actually Coke cans guised as a thermal detonator. So really cool, able to find these in the Star Wars Trading Post in Disney Springs, so got that. A couple random things, some magnets, one of Ahsoka Tano. This looks to be season 7 or probably season 7 Ahsoka, one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, as well as this cute little Grogu one where this slides around. You have the different moods, so very cool there. On next, we have a stuffed Grogu itself. My wife usually gets stuffed animal on a trip we go on. This year she got Sully, so I wanted to get one this year as well, and I want a Grogu just to have in the man cave, just because it's become a really iconic figure in Star Wars and one that's really brought new fans in, which is really, really cool. So very happy about that. I was able to get him. Also, I usually get a pretty cool shirt every time I'm down. Last year, I got an Imperial Army shirt from the Star Wars store. So went back there again, found what I thought was a pretty cool and funny shirt at the same time. So this is a little Boba Fett bad day, getting thrown into the Sarlacc pit. So really bad day when that happens. Just a little perspective. I love the kind of comic strip look to it and the coloring. So pretty cool shirt there. All right, so I think that's all of like kind of small knick-knack things that I got on this trip, little collectibles. Remember, we have suitcases, so it can only fit so much. So a lot of the bigger stuff, A, couldn't find, B, didn't have. So this is kind of what I settled with. Now on to the Lego store. So if you've ever been to the Lego store at Disney Springs, it is insanely busy all the time. There's always lines to get inside. They do have capacity limits. That has kind of stayed even now that most COVID protocols have been lifted. They still maintain lines outside, which makes sense. It is insanely busy. So we went there the first day on Sunday. So Sunday, they had a really full pav wall. You might have seen some videos from other YouTubers out there, or people talking about it, where new supply had hit, and it seemed like this was the case there. So I was able to get one pretty full Pab cup. I got a bunch of these 4x6 dark bluish gray plates. They had some nougat, dark nougat, light nougat plates as well. Really excited about that. 1x6 had this moss or olive green, as well as some cheese wedges, crimson headlight bricks, just some cool stuff. So very excited about that. Able to get one of those. Went back 2 days later on Tuesday, went back to the pick-a-brick wall because I wanted to get like one more cup maybe, and I would say a third of it was already gone of what came in. Those big nougat plates, the green 1x6 bricks, and a bunch of stuff were just gone already. So I did get a small cup where I got some grill plates that I needed, some light bluish gray. I don't think you can really tell. Some light bluish gray 4x6 or 4x4 plates, as well as a few other things, 1x3 light tan plates, just some miscellaneous stuff that would be good in mocks and creating kind of what I want to do in a sort of city type thing that I have planned, which we'll talk about in a future video. For sets, one set I was after that I hadn't got, I was waiting to get it in Disney just because it's from a Disney movie, Pixar. Thought it'd be cool to get it while I was here, and that is the brick heads for Woody and Bo Peep. I already have Buzz, which is pretty cool, so now I have all three of them kind of sitting up there. Hope they do more in the future, like Rex and Jesse would be cool, and some other characters from Toy Story, so very cool there. So, one thing I like to do when I go to a Lego store, and I don't get to go very often because the Lego store local to me is about an hour and 15 minutes away. And there's another one like over 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes away. So not very local, not very close. I don't get there too often. I only go maybe a handful of times a year, May the 4th, for instance, or New Year's or something when there's big release days. So sometimes those aren't always the best day to ask this question, because in my past experience, sometimes they kind of stare at you. It all really depends on the salesman and how willing they are to help you. But I always ask when I go, what damaged box items do you have? So what does that mean? Essentially, these are items, Lego sets that have been, when shipping, have been damaged, usually not missing any contents, but have damaged or broken boxes, bent, things like that. Usually they keep them in the back. They don't put them on display because they don't look good. They might offer them to employees, things like that. However, they always seem to have extras. So it's always a good time to ask, hey, what do you have? So I posed that same question to my guy that was helping me at the Lego store in Orlando at Disney Springs. And he's like, wait a second, I'll go look. Went to the back, came back, he listed off a handful of sets. Some of the big ones were the Disney Castle, the Haunted House, and the UCS Land Speeder, Luke's Land Speeder. So some of you might have seen previous videos. I did not buy the UCS Land Speeder yet. I went with dioramas instead. I really like the look of the Land Speeder. UCS, that large scale, while it looks good, I like things to always have like minifig storytelling with it. I think that looks cool, so I really like the AT-AT, because even though it's UCS, it's large scale, but it's in fact in scale and things like that. So I have like Mos Eisley Cantina, the dioramas, that stuff I really like. But I really did think the Land Speeder looked really good. So I was like, hey, what kind of deal can you give me on the Land Speeder for that damaged box? Went and talked to his manager, came back, and they gave me 10% off. So that's 10% off on a set that's only been out since the 1st, so a couple weeks at this point. It's a UCS Star Wars set, so they like never go on sale. Maybe if they're not a popular one at the very end of life, before they go into retirement, they might be on sale in certain locations, but this was on sale, UCS Land Speeder already, a couple weeks later. And here it is. So this is very exciting. Why this is matter, because I'm traveling, so the box is going to be trashed before we leave, so I can pack it all, which doesn't matter because that is the damage. So it's a scrunched like top there. So this whole part has been bent. I think the contents are just fine from what I was able to see. So this is what we're going with. So this was cool. I've seen like damaged boxes be done a couple ways. Sometimes it's percent off, sometimes it's a X amount of VIP points, which then you can convert into dollars based on the VIP program. So 2 different ways I've seen do it. I think 10% was easy for them in Disney, because if you're like a pass holder or Disney Vacation Club member, you get a 10% off. So they just kind of gave me that, even though I don't have either of those. But for the damaged box, UCS Land Speeder, which I'm not keeping the box anyway, because I don't keep my boxes and I have to travel with it, this was really cool. And because this was still on Sunday, which would have been the 15th, I still got all of the May the 4th promos. So we got a keychain, ATST polybag, and of course the Homestead kitchen. So pretty cool. I have duplicates now, which means I'll probably keep one sealed, build one, and eventually sell the sealed one. I don't know. I'll probably give this away to a friend and maybe give one of these away to other people that I know would like that more, because the polypack doesn't do anything. You can already buy them for like $5 at Walmart. So anyway, well, that was pretty much covers everything that we got here at Disney. By the time you'll see this, I'll already be home, taking into account everything, getting everything displayed, maybe build soon. So we got that thing coming up. In a couple videos from now, I'll drop a video kind of describing the purpose of this channel, what I want to talk about, what I want to hit. This is kind of another idea, is, you know, trying to save money, looking for deals for Lego, which is really hard to do, especially when Lego is such demand and production supply is behind, as well as like getting boxes, things like that made. All of it's just really far behind and hard to get materials. So we'll talk about that more later. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.